Let's talk about the enhancements to the GUI we have done in the latest versions. The first enhancement we have implemented is on the GUI for the Activity Center. The Activity Center now includes a very easy selection method to select all the things you're dealing with a single click, like users, assets, and all that kind of stuff. In addition, we have removed the requirements to review a report before export, so this has been removed. The next thing I want to highlight is that we have changed the way we manage directories. You may remember that in the Safeguard client, you have always this little line for a directory. This has been removed. The directory now is handled as an asset, but I will address this issue a little bit later. And with that change together came that we now manage all the accounts and users that have been related to that asset in the same way as all the other users and accounts and systems in the whole product. So this has very much streamlined. And in addition, every directory can now be assigned to its own partition, or by default is assigned to its own partition, so it can be handled and managed individually. The next thing we have is about radius. Radius can be enabled on multiple places in the product. We now have a feature that you can have the field, the user has to enter the information concerning the secret, whatever you name it, now is handled like a password field, so that for security reasons, in case somebody looks over your shoulder, they don't going to see what you're typing because they only see this little dots or asterisks or what this really is done. And in addition, we have enhanced the radius dialog, something like challenge response or authentication mechanism procedure. This is now supported as well. And the latest thing I want to talk about is about the activity report. Now the reason for a password checkout is included in that report as well. It was not present in the older version, so now the auditor can easily check why the password was released in that report that is generated. Let's talk about improvements to the asset handling in Safeguard. First of all, we have a more enhanced support for Oracle databases. So you know that the master account or one of the privileged accounts by default in an Oracle database is called sys. So now you can use the sys account as the service account if you define an Oracle database asset in the latest versions 2.7 and 2.8. We have a little bug in the system that has been removed, so we can now customize the SAP client ID with any number. It was by default 01, now this has been solved. And in addition to that, we now support the Microsoft SQL server with TCP IP support for a couple of connectivities and not only named pipes as it has been before. A big enhancement has been done to the integration of change management and trouble ticketing systems. One of the supported systems by default is ServiceNow. The old system, they only supported incident tickets. Now you can as well handle problem request and change tickets as well. So this has been enhanced. And for the custom platforms, this is the systematics we offer to enhance Safeguard to handle assets that are not supported out of the box. We now offer you support for Telnet 3270 for mainframe access, and of course we have added a sample script for RecF integration on our One Identity GitHub site, so you can check it out over there. Let's talk about a new asset we have available in the latest features of Safeguard. We have created a new asset, and this asset now is the directory. If you remember the old versions, you have a line in the configuration client that handles management of directories and directory-based accounts. This has now been changed, so a directory will be an asset and will be handled and managed in the usual way all the other assets are managed. And of course the same applies to the accounts. So if we create an asset now, we just go to the standard configuration dialog, and you see there is no directory entry anymore. There is something like assets that has been there as usual. And now if you click on the plus sign to create the new asset, you can just give it a name, description. I just leave it blank for this demo. And the next thing is about management. And now you can have this asset selected from the pull down menu, and you can select Active Directory as the type of that asset. Give it a domain name. The other ones, we're going to leave it unchecked, and we may talk about this on technical details later in different videos. The next thing you need to select now is account discovery. And this is another new feature we have in that product, because we have very, very much effort put and taken into enhancing the discovery of account and how to handle discovery runs in that product. But this will be a next video. So as you see, account discovery currently is not available. That's logical because the asset is not created yet. So let's just click on next to the connection settings. And now I have to just authenticate myself with a service account to that asset as usual. So in this case, I use the password for the administrator with the standard password I have. Of course, you may use a different one, whatever it takes. And now click on test connection to see if that really works. Okay, that works, success. And now I can click on next to create my asset. The other ones here we're going to talk about later. And click on next. And now you see the schema. That's more or less the same as it has been before. Just click on add asset, wait a little bit, and your asset is created. And now you have an Active Directory type asset in your asset list. Very easy. That's it.